Hey guys, what's up? Mike Locke here. Thanks for tuning in to this video blog. So, I want to talk about graphic designers, going from graphic design work to UI design. You know, graphic designers transitioning into UI designers. How do you do it? Why is there a need to do it? This is a big topic. This comes up a lot, and the reason is because a lot of schools, colleges, they focus on the term graphic design. So, a lot of people learn graphic design first, and then it's really easy to start dabbling into graphic design work, making banners, manipulating photos and things like that. Some people transition into traditional print media design. I talk to a lot of people on email that have been a full-on career in traditional print design. Now they want to move it over to UI design. People that just deal with just creating cool graphics, logos, whatever it is in graphic design, and they have a hard time understanding UI design because it's totally different. Designing for digital, for the web, tablet, mobile, is completely different. Though you use the same principles, you're obviously using typography, you're creating graphics, elements, but they're two different things, right? So whatever, it's really hard. Graphic design is sort of broad, so whatever discipline or section you're in terms of graphic design, you want to make that transition into UI design. Why? For many reasons. One, there are tons of graphic designers, but not that many graphic design jobs. Okay? Two, there are tons of UI design jobs, but not that many UI designers or top-notch UI designers. So there is an opportunity there. Okay? So the question is, how do you transition? You have graphic design skills, you're good with Photoshop, whatnot, or any type of graphic design tool you've been messing around. How do you transition into becoming a UI designer? I have talked about this in the past, but I'll repeat myself because I get a lot of emails from this. So here's what you got to do. You have to start practicing UI design by first copying a bunch of different websites. So I think I mentioned this about a couple years ago or whatever. Let's just go to like McDonald's.com, right? And what you want to do is you want to copy the interface. All right, I'm just using that as an example. McDonald's.com. It could be any website that inspires you, and you want to copy pixel for pixel the interface. Why? Because you want to learn spacing as it pertains to the web, tablet, and mobile. Okay, if you want to learn, so that's basically what you want to do. You want to start copying these items, copying these websites, so that you can get familiar with the spacing and see how the resolution, the size is much different than what you probably were doing in Adobe Illustrator if you're in traditional print design, right? Everything is on a pixel sort of a canvas, and you coming from a graphic design background, you may not have been dealing with pixels and things like that. You've been dealing with more like resolution based, 300 dpi, doing vector based in Illustrator and things like that. So the main challenge I see from a lot of graphic designers is really getting familiar with interface design, the dimensions, the spacing, layout, and things like that. And the best way for you to kind of get familiar with that is by copying websites, and trying to mimic certain websites. So take a screenshot of a website that you think is nice and try to copy it pixel for pixel, and then go back. Once you copied it, once you go back and start to measure the different spacing, the different sizes, the font sizes that are used, the dimensions from left to right and things like that, and you'll start to get more and more familiar with it. Okay, so the spacing and dimension and the sizes is the main thing that you want to start learning, and you do that by copying. And again, when I talked about this in the past, when I say copy, you're not going to copy this and post it to your portfolio. Okay, it's a no-no. We all know that. We don't copy people's work and post it as our own work. You're copying it for a practice purpose. So that's the main thing. The other thing is you want to, on your portfolio, you want to start showcasing your UI design work. Okay, so after you've done some copying, I just came back from, I'm in the softball league, I just came back from the batting cages, so I'm like sweating and stuff like that. So anyway, if you're if you're in the for your portfolio, you want to start maybe categorizing your work to keep your graphic design work here and post your UI design work, you know, in the forefront if that's where you're wanting to go. All right, so that if I'm a recruiter, if I'm a hiring manager, I come to your website, I see you have UI design work, because a lot of you have a bunch of, you know, graphic design work and you're going out for a UI UX design job. All right, so that's you want to make sure you categorize that. Keep it on your website, because graphic design work from a freelance standpoint is still lucrative, so you still want to have that if you're in the freelance world and you want to obtain graphic design freelance jobs. So keep your portfolio there, but also make room for the UI UX design work. So you want to start showcasing your UI UX design work, because if that's the arena, that's the field you want to get into, you want to keep that in the forefront. All right. So those are the main things, and it's just repetition, practice, and then you'll get better once you start getting familiar with the interface, the spacing, dimensions. Your same skills and things that you apply to graphic design, you're going to be applying those to UI design, creating buttons, UI design elements, buttons, you know, form fields, background images, textures, and things like that. Okay, you're just going to apply those into UI design. So that's the main area of transitioning into UI design, is to learn the dimensions, learn the sizing, and you do that by copying websites. And once you copy websites, take the challenge of trying to do your own website. Okay, now you've become familiar with some of the spacing, some of the sizing, some of the locations of maybe the navigation bar, you know, the billboard and things like that I talk about. Start applying it to your own projects. Now, obviously, this is just a summary. If you want to learn more about how to transition fully into UI design, check out my web design training course on my website, mlwebco.com. It's set up perfectly for graphic designers, because I have a graphic design background, and I've taught myself UI design, and I teach all those to, you know, folks, and teach you basically all my steps, all my go-to moves, how I do things, how I look at things, how I research. And you know, you can find that all on my website, on my training course at mlwebco.com. So check that out, guys. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. You know, you just gotta like focus on the dimensions, focus on copying websites, and you'll start getting familiar with the spacing and things like that. That's the main catalyst I see from graphic designers into becoming UI designers. All right. And then from there you can start getting into UX design, and in 5 years from now, UI UX designers will be starting to learn more things. All right, so that's how you got to go. All right, thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you like the things that I talk about on my YouTube videos, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, and look up for more videos, guys. And as always, visit my website, mlwebco.com. Use the contact page, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to correspond with you, shoot you back an email, and answer any questions you may have. All right, thanks for watching, guys, as always, and we'll talk soon. Peace.